Okay, this will be just a quick video to learn about all the characters in LIMBUS game, and their status effects for new players who may not be familiar with LIMBUS company. So, first one, the character here, Bone. His main status is Poise. As it says here, boost critical hit chance by the potency. This is the count, which is the amount of times this effect can trigger before it disappears, like it is next to it. And this is the chance for it, the potency which increases the chance for it to crit. So what you do is you can just your count. You can also increase your potency with skill 3. Now with Poise, the critical hits with LIMBUS company, critical hits make you do 20% more damage. And when you and when you do critical hit, you will consume 1 stack, and yeah, that's pretty much it. You just deal critical hits. Yeah, that's all there is for the mechanic. It doesn't. It actually has another one. This one is counter. There are 2 more statuses. One being bleed. Bleed triggers at the end of the turn. No, not at the end of the turn. Triggers when the person attacks. A person just uses the attack skill like a hit, or even just a normal skill. Then the skill will trigger and deal damage to them. There's also the other second one is paralyze. What paralyze does is that with your skills you have coins, and the higher you roll, the more damage you'll do. What paralyze does is that it makes your opponent unable to increase the power of his coins at all. The power of my attack increased, but if I had paralysis, my firepower will remain 5, so my damage will be lowered for the next 5 coins if I get hit by the counter of Fear My Flesh. Yeah, that's pretty much it for Bone. Let's move on to the next one, which is Regret. So for Regret, the mechanic here is Tremor. When hit by attacks that trigger Tremor Burst, raise the stagger threshold by 1. It lasts for 2 turns. A turn happens when you're done using skills. See, when you're done using skills, that counts as a turn pass, so it went from 6 to 5. Yeah, that's it. Oh, and you can inflict this tremor on your enemies. This. Then when they have like a good amount of tremor on them, this isn't really the best amount, but just to showcase it here, you can hit them with your third skill. Trigger Tremor Burst. Tremor Burst will increase the threshold for the stagger, like it said, and make it so normally you would have to lower them below 150 HP in order to stagger, but with Tremor you can make them get staggered earlier. See right here, he's 106. Boom, staggered before not even reach close to 150. So yeah, that's the mechanic for her. And you can also you inflict tremor on yourself, which you can use to consume some of your skills. Consume tremor, and for example, skill 3. If you have 10 tremor on yourself, you can combo. You can extend and combo after skill 3. Without the skill 3 does send your enemy so far away where you can't really dash to them and continue the combo. So yeah, is inflicting tremor on enemies, triggering tremor burst, raising their stagger threshold, and consuming your own the tremor you inflict on yourself to increase to get extra stuff on your moves. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing much to say here. Next up is Ahab. Okay, so with Ahab, Ahab isn't really much different. Like, she has bleed too, like Kimsal. Or like Bone. Also has Burn. Burn triggers at turn end, just like how it stays effects, like these drop by 1 on turn end. So if I use a skill right now, the turn passes and the dummy takes 1 damage from burn. Another character that also uses burn would be the one who shall grip, the one with the axe. But yeah, aside from that, there really isn't much else. She inflicts bleed, but I explained that. And there's also, just to say, this goes for multiple characters who have unique camp parry. For those who don't understand it, after you use the skill, there's a very short period of time after using it where if you get hit, you can just parry an attack. Like this. I like there, but yeah, you get the point. You after, like, if someone's about to hit you, you immediately use it, and you do a special parry animation. Ahab has it, Wild Hunt has it, and Butterfly has it. Yeah. Something with Ahab and Butterfly is that if you trigger the unique parry, if you do not aim it properly, you could still like maybe move your screen in a correct way where the accident might not actually hit them. So you waste your unique parry, unfortunately. Wild Hunt doesn't really have that problem because if he does a unique parry, the game will just immediately place you in front of your opponent so that your attack won't miss. Yeah, that's pretty much it for Ahab. There is a Lantern, which has Rupture, to explain it as right now. So with Lantern, not a lot of people really pick Lantern. It's not really the most popular choice. But with it, you have the side effect that is called Rupture. Rupture, what it does is that on hit, after you hit your opponent, they take 1 on top of the damage you reduce them. They take 1 rupture. They take rupture damage equal to the potency, and then lower the count by 1. So you can keep stacking a lot of rupture them. And also Rupture drops by 1 at the turn end. So stacking it up a lot, it takes a lot of effort to stack it up. But a lot of stacking it up can do a lot of damage. That's pretty much Rupture. Hit them, they take damage your opponents and lower count by 1. That's it. Also, something about Lantern's third skill, Whirlwind of Om Nom Nom, is that if you're below half of your HP, if you use the third skill and hit your enemy, the attack will gain a force coin, where you pretty much just take a bite of your opponent, and you heal 15 HP. It's not a lot, but 15 HP is 15 HP. You take what you can get. Who's next? Okay, let's go to L3 cleanup captain. With L3 cleanup captain, the mechanic is just charge. This charge. Resource used for certain skills for additional effects. Its count can go up to 20. Count lowers by 1 at the end of the turn. Yep, pretty much. They just says here. Charge is a resource you gain from your skills, and you can also use it to buff your set skills. You have, for example, attack 1. It doesn't really consume it. It gives you 4. Then just charge leap. Charge leap consumes charge, and it also gives you charge rate. So yeah, you have that. Your defensive skill also gives you charge. Yeah, you pretty much just stack up charge. Charge like boosts your skills, like you saw there. After lose my third skill with a certain amount of charge, I gained a little barrier, status charge barrier. I don't really know what it does. It doesn't last that long for me to read it. Maybe I'll put a picture of it after in editing, but yeah. Now there's skill 3. A lot of mistake people do is that they just use this skill in neutral outside of combo. Actually no, you can't even use it in combo. In combo or outside, you don't use skill 3. Don't do that. Some people might fall for it, but those are people who are really new to the game and don't really know what you're doing. Like against more skilled players, this is easily counterable. Just literally, they can parry it, they can hit it with a counter skill. Easily counterable. This move is a lot more useful when your opponent is staggered. When your opponent is staggered, you get close to them and hit them with this. Does a lot of damage. Also, this skill consumes charge. Like a 15 charge, this skill will has less wind up. It consumes charge. I don't know what happens with to charge potency. No what exactly it does. But any additional information I get or I've missed in the video, I'll be putting it in the comment down below. Yeah. Now I don't have 15 charge. Now I use skill 3. Like the time for it to actually start is 1.5 seconds. With 15 charge, it becomes 1 second, and then you immediately kick. It's still not fast enough for you to, example, use it in combo, but it's a speed increase. You take what you can get. All right. Now for the one who shall grip, his mechanic is slightly different from everyone. He's an unstable guy, so he loses a lot of sanity from using his skills. Sanity is this little orb gray orb right next to your HP. You can gain sanity by breaking enemies' block, by countering them, by parrying them, by perfectly blocking, or by just killing enemies. You gain sanity. Lagging a little bit. But yeah, see, I used my skill 2, I lost 10 sanity. Now, usually that'd be a bad thing, but with the one who shall grip, all his coins are negative coins, meaning that if he rolls heads on the coin flips, that means his attack power gets lower. He needs to roll tails to keep his attack power high. You see, killed enemy. I recovered a little bit of. I recovered 10 sanity. Like the first attack takes 7 sanity. The second attack takes 10 sanity. And then the third one, I think it takes 15. Yeah. So very strong, especially if you roll all tails. Yeah, the way to play this guy is just to balance out your sanity consumption. You have a way to recover it, which is your defensive skill. It gives you a shield, and it recovers a little bit of your sanity. Since it's a random amount from 6 to 10 sanity. You need to balance out your sanity consumption. Go to negative 5. You become panicked. You'll be stunned for a while. Not as long as a stagger stun, but still enough for your opponent to take advantage of that and just come here and hit you. Yeah, that's pretty much the one who shall grip. Balance out your sanity consumption and deal really high damage. Now there's one final. Oh yeah, he also inflicts bleed and burn. Yeah, the final status is one that two characters have, which is Butterfly and Wild Hunt. Wild Hunt we'll get into a minute later because he has a little bit more effects. But let's go to Butterfly to explain sinking. Sinking is a status that also affects your sanity. He also has these over here. There's the Departed and the Living, which are both the unique ammo. Living and Departed, yeah. It's a unique ammo. Potency and count equals 20 max. The skill, all the attack skills for Butterfly consume ammo. When ammo is consumed, randomly select between the Living, the Potency, the one on the left, or the Departed, the one on the right. And if you try to use a skill where you're not having enough ammo, you will have to forcefully stop your attack to reload. Which, if your opponent notices that and notices that you stop attacking, this gives it enough time to recover and hit you, which is not good. So be careful. You can always manually reload with using your defensive skill, so don't just use that immediately while it's ready. Use it when you're low on ammo, so you can immediately reload. Also reloading takes some amount of your sanity depending on how much ammo you refilled. Like if you waste all your ammo and then reload, that will take 15 sanity from you. The way I was thinking is that it works like kind of like Rupture, but for sanity instead of your HP. That if you hit an enemy, they lose sanity equal to the potency and then lowers the count by 1. That is yeah, pretty much. Also, one thing for the Living and Departed. If you inflict the Departed on your enemy, if you hit them, if they have this on them, and you hit them, you pretty cool stuff. They made that so that he can actually recover more sanity because he used to be the panic character before the one who shall grip came out. He used to panic a lot too. But now he has a way to recover the sanity with the Departed status effect on your opponent. And at turn end, the Living, if you have the Living stacks at turn end, that stacks are reduced to 0 and instead are turned into sinking potency. See? Run out of ammo, immediately reload it. Let me just show you the unique parry too. Such skill consumes all your ammo and will forcefully reload you at the end of it. Yeah, using this skill will cost you 15 sanity. Thing about this skill, if someone is blocking, you can use this skill to switch behind and behind to bypass the block. This is not really attacking, but just you get the point. Yeah, that's it. Let's go to Wild Hunt. Okay, Wild Hunt. This guy has a lot more mechanics in them. Thinking, he has thinking too, but he has more stuff. Inflicts thinking, he just attacks people. Inflicts ruin on the opponent. I can't really see it because it's not inflicted on me. I don't have someone who's going to inflict it on me right now, but I'll get a picture of it and then put it here, somewhere in the video for you to read it. It also has another effect called Dullahan, which you gain by landing your counter skill. And you enter the stance, the horse. At turn hand, gain 1 Dullahan next turn. You gain 1 Dullahan next turn, but if your sanity drops below 25, you lose Dullahan and you leave the horse. You return to your normal stance. And you also lose SP at the end of every turn if you have Dullahan. But being in the stance is pretty good. You have increased attack range. Let's see if I can put the hitbox on. Yeah, your range is very good. Let me just parry this guy. Okay. Your attacks, both of your first and second skill, gain increased attack range. And your third skill changes. Instead of being Requiem, it doesn't show it here, but instead of being Requiem, you instead use a skill called Lament, Mourn, Despair, which is a stronger version of Requiem. After you use it, you will leave the stance. Then you gain an effect called Coffin. At turn end, gain 2 slash power and 2 blunt power next turn for every 3 value of Coffin. Up to 6. Attack damage, slash damage up and blunt damage up, self-explanatory. If you have them, you just deal more damage with your skills. Oh yeah. There are damage types like slash, pierce, and blunt, which is why some characters have different resistances, so they can take more damage from different characters than others. At least I think they actually included the attack type resistances in this game. So yeah. That's pretty much it. I think Ruin maybe... Actually no, I'll just post a picture of it and you'll understand. Yeah, that's pretty much it for Wild Hunt. Wait, let me just... Let me just get the... F3. Boom. Deal more damage. Deal more damage. Yeah, just a damage boost. Another thing about this, it says it's a unique parry too, just like the others, but it also has a sorry, it has a use twice on miss. It's hard to miss it, but if you miss it, you can press it again after you miss it to pick up the coffin in the air and then slam it down, and then call lightning on the area. Also, while you use the miss variant, you cannot be hurt, you cannot be attacked, you're completely invisible. So people were thinking, oh, I can just get close and punish him and cancel his move. No, they can't. You can. This move is can be punished unless your opponent has a counter skill, or maybe they have a skill tree that can do a unique counter, like Bone, for example. Yeah, those guys can punish you for doing that. Yeah. The other characters that I haven't covered would be this Ryoshu. This is in Japanese, but it's just Ryoshu. This one doesn't really have much. She has some poise and slash power damage up on her third skill. Yeah, use her skill and then transforms it into poise. At the end of turn. But yeah, that's pretty much everything. She doesn't have much else. Yeah. Also, something about it while we're here. For Ryoshu, with your second skill, people just use it and skip their opponent and drop the combo. You're supposed to flip your screen after the first hit to continue the combo and hit your enemies back. One last thing, not says this, but defensive skills. There's 3 types of them. You have evade, block, and counter. Counters are simple. You use them. A counter text appear on you. If your enemy hits you while it's on you, you counter them. You can start combos after you counter someone. There's also block, which if you use it, you gain a temporary HP bar, a shield HP, which shield HP takes more damage than your regular HP. So in order for it to be destroyed easier, not to be too annoying. And then there's evade, which for now only Ryoshu has evade. The thing with evade is that if you evade an attack, it will dodge it, you become not taking any damage for it or stunned, and you will also gain sanity. But if you get hit, if you dodge, knockback attack like the final hit from M1 or something, your evade goes on cooldown. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't have anything else to explain. Maybe I'll make a video about character combos so people know how to combo with characters better. But until then, that's about it. I'll explain anything I haven't if I missed anything or got something wrong in the comments section. And yeah, that's it. Thank you. See ya.